Okay. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our Athens Services Let's Talk Trash workshop. I'd like to welcome Isa Nakasato, who is our Athens Public Affairs representative for the city of Norwalk, and she's going to introduce her team that are joining us today.
Hi there, everyone. We're gonna put that is Denise. That is super cute. You're a little alien back there. My name is Isa Nakasato. I am the Senior Director of Government Affairs at Athens Services. And today, Karen thinks it's super important to kind of educate our businesses on the new, trash laws here in California. And so we created this Let's Talk Trash. And so here we are, going to go ahead and kind of, do a debrief on the new laws in California. How does it affect you and how does it affect your business and your home? So with that, I think it's super important to know your team. So we are really lucky to have Senior Director of Program Compliance and Outreach, Jennifer Sionis. And there she is right there. And just to let you know, who is your boots on the ground at all times is Brian Ortiz. He's your route supervisor here in Norwalk. And so what he does is he basically makes sure that the drivers do a great job. If there are any issues pressing in the moment, Brian will go ahead and quickly take care of everything. And then you have me, your Senior Director of Government Affairs. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get this party started. On the slide. There we go. All right, guys. So for those who don't know about Athens Services, we are still a family-owned company. So we're a couple of generations in. We've been around for the past 60 years. I look great for being, 100 years old. Just totally kidding. But we serve over 28 municipalities. We have over 400 vehicles in the roads and in our facilities. We have about close to 3,000 employees overall in all of Athens Services. We have 6 operation facilities, and really exciting, we have our Irwindale facility opening up later this year. So very exciting, and I will keep you posted on that one. As you know, Karen, we've expanded quite a bit.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. So this means that we have to get bigger facilities. So
Yes.
this is the Irwindale facility. It will soon be open. We are very excited for that. It will be the most state-of-the-art facility in United States and in the Americas. We have technology that we've researched from all over the world into this facility. So what this facility will process, it'll process all of your blue carts. So all your recyclables, everything will come here. Regular trash will come here too, and your organics, but as a transfer station. But we have optical sorters. We have different technologies that would take out the paper and take out the metals and take out the plastics. Super interesting. I can really nerd out on this topic, Karen. I can talk trash all day.
I'm with you.
Yep. Karen's actually been to a couple of our facilities. Here at Athens, we think it's really important to educate people because the more we educate you, the more you will drive change at home and in your businesses. So very exciting for that. We understand that, all of these laws are very complicated.
Yes.
They're complicated. And do people love change?
No.
Oh, they love change.
No, they don't love change.
So what we have done is we've created cheat sheets. And this is super, and we have one of the creators of the cheat sheet. We have Jennifer here, and she'll go over the cheat sheet. And basically, we did this to kind of help the businesses and the residents along on how to go ahead and separate their trash. Jennifer, would you like to go ahead and chat about this guy?
Yeah, thank you, Isa. So we created a recycling cheat sheet to help us cheat and know what goes into what container. We have items that go into the recycling, items that will go into the landfill and items that go into the our compost containers. It's very difficult to understand, but reading this cheat sheet will allow us to have that information. We also pass those out when we go visit our customers, ESO, and also when we have our events and we have a booth there, we always have the cheat sheet. So if anyone needs one, they can always come by and pick one up.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. And the reason why we do these cheat sheets is because, there's so many laws that have passed here in California. I created this slide really just to make a simplified version. There are 6 laws here that really change the landscape of trash in California because Karen is a bit of a legislative nerd and she likes to know the progression of things.
Absolutely.
Yep. And
why
so,
did we get here?
how did we get here?
And how?
All right, so we have all the way from 1989, Karen. So AB 939 on the bottom right-hand corner there. AB 939 to Senate Bill 1383, and that was in 2016, folks. That was almost 10 years ago. So what we're going to talk about the most is Senate Bill SB 1383. And that basically is a mandatory organics recycling. So that means that you have to now, Karen, separate all your food waste and your greens and all of that into and put it into the green trash can, which people love change.
No, they don't.
Oh man. But it's a law and we're going to get to it. And the reason why these laws came about is really because we're not in California building more landfills. Okay? California is not in that business. So if back in the day, Karen, you remember back in the day was only one trash can.
One trash can only.
One trash can, one trash truck driver.
That was it.
That was it. So Karen back in the day would throw away that toaster and throw away that banana peel. And so you can imagine which one composes faster.
The banana.
The banana. So now we have to now remove that banana and hopefully recycle that toaster. And so now we're no longer putting all these items into the landfill.
Right.
We now have to go ahead and process that banana into compost. I know, it's tricky. So instead of getting one trash truck and one container, now you'll be getting 3. So here you see, Karen, a photo of our Slim Jim. And this is at a restaurant. And so what the restaurant's doing is as they're creating, whatever food they're making, those scraps are going into that Slim Jim. In that clear plastic bag, they will tie it up and throw it into the green container. Why? Well, because Senate Bill 1383 mandates it, okay? So as you can see, the 3rd largest source of methane in California is food waste.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we can't repeat the history of what we did when we were younger. We can't do that. We have to remove that organic material. And at the bottom here, you see that that's our American Organics facility. That bottom picture, it's not a landfill. It's a composting facility. So all of that green waste in that Slim Jim will go to that American Organics facility. Within about 4 to about 9 weeks, we go ahead and make compost, and then we send it back to the community, and now you can go ahead and residents can take that compost and replenish their soil.
So if you were to try to do composting at home, it would take a lot longer.
Yes, like if you put that steak in there, I know Karen loves her steak.
I do.
So she does. If you put that steak in there, that steak is going to take about probably about 6 months
to compost.
To compost. And depending if you have a worm composting bin, and worms are very fickle. They will seep out. And also raccoons, possums, other little critters
will come to your compost pile.
Yeah.
So it's better to utilize the green waste bin the correct way so that compost material can come back to you in a way that you can utilize it.
And you have less critters in your backyard. But if you like critters, that's great. I'm going to have Jennifer go ahead and speak to enforcement and compliance.
Thank you. So as you know, with 1383, we are required to separate organics. We are required, so the city is required to have an ordinance, so to make sure that everyone understands that they do need to separate organics. So with compliance, we have to do, of course, the collection program. So we have to make sure that every single family dwelling, every multi-family dwelling and business has a blue and a green container. So they have to have the collection programs. We have to do route audits. Has anybody seen our Jeeps out there? We have Jeeps that drive around the city and they look inside the container. They just want to see if there's contamination, and it's educational only. So what we do is we put a little tag. If we do see contamination, we give you guys a little oops tag that says you contaminated, and it gives you information on how not to contaminate. We also do waste characterizations, and we do outreach and education. Outreach and education is done by our team. We have a great team of outreach coordinators. We also have a municipal account manager, Aileen, which is sitting right next to me. And she will go and do outreach to our commercial customers. She'll visit all brand new customers. She'll try, to work with you and manage your waste and give you recommendations on how to provide you the best service. We also do a lot of data and reporting. So when we do our business, we're also making sure if everyone is doing separating correctly. And we have to note that, Lisa, because we have to let Cal Recycle know that the city of Norwalk is doing a good job. So we have to make sure that we do waste assessments and we determine if everyone's sorting correctly. And then there's procurement, which we bring back compost to the city. And then food recovery. A lot of our businesses are required to do food recovery. So there's a lot of food that should not go into the green container because it's still edible food. And so when we do visit our customers, we also identify customers that are out that should be donating their food. So it's a lot of work, 1383, not just for the city, for us, for the customer, but we're all there to work together.
Wow, that's amazing, Jennifer. I mean, I've been Karen with Athens for a couple of years now,
Yes.
and I'm still surprised on how much goes into this law. Just think about that food recovery piece. So Aileen would have to go and speak to that coffee shop and they have leftover food or wherever that's still edible. Here at the city, they've identified a bunch of nonprofits that will take that food. And so we help kind of identify those businesses and give them resources to kind of connect them.
Which is amazing.
It's shocking, right? Because for years, if you think about it, that food has been going to the landfill.
And that's been such a waste of food that could go to people who really need it.
Right, absolutely. But on top of that, Aileen does most of this compliance information, and we try our best, Karen, to go ahead and be that helping hand with your businesses and really kind of guide them. And they have recycling coordinators, they have Aileen, they have me, they have the route supervisor to go ahead and ask all these questions because we know that change is hard.
And there's no reason why a business should not reach out to you when they need help.
Absolutely. So reach out. Let us know what you need, and we are glad to help. Some people don't know what organic waste is. So with that, I mean, Jennifer, can you just expand on what is organic waste?
Absolutely. Organic waste, so it started with yard trimmings, right? We all had our green container for your yard trimmings, all your grass clippings, weeds, leaves, all of that. But with SB 1383, now we are required to separate our food scraps. So food scraps, fruits, vegetables, cheese, meats, bones, anything that's considered food can go in there. All your peelings, all your fats, a lot of bones. You can't use bones in your backyard compost, but we can take your bones. Coffee grounds, coffee filters, and then 100% fiber-based paper, food soil paper. So you've got your napkins, your egg cartons, your paper packaging, your paper plates, but make sure it's 100% fiber-based. There should not be any wax coating on that paper.
So let's just say, Jennifer, that I go to the Costco right here in Norwalk and I buy one of those delicious pizzas and I get extra cheese. And that bottom pizza box has a little bit of cheese. What do I do with that?
Well, so if you want to do the right thing, you would separate your box. The clean part would go into the recycling into a blue container, and then the soil part into the compost. But if you don't want to do the right thing, you can just put it into your green container, all of it.
Oh man. Well, it doesn't seem too hard. You just kind of rip it. It's already kind of tethered in the middle. So I just rip it. One goes here, one goes there. Or I eat the cheese first.
Your green container too.
Okay, but every cheese counts, so I'm going to eat the cheese. All right. So what does that mean now for commercial businesses?
Yes.
Is that the law has been evolving slowly but surely, right? This law couldn't be a light switch overnight, everyone comply. It's
Right.
not the way the law works. So here in Norwalk, as you see that first little picture there, multifamily dwellings, which is basically any residential unit 5 or more. So
Okay.
condos, apartments, townhomes are considered commercial.
Okay.
Chances are they had a 3-yard bin that got serviced a couple times a week. And remember, they would toss everything in one big thing.
Everything.
Easy peasy. No longer the case. We have to now be really responsible and intentional about how we throw away our trash. So now, to the state of California, we now have to separate that 3-yard bin into other containers. So if you imagine that most trash is like this amount, if you put a little bit into organics, it reduces the trash amount. If you put all of those boxes that, Karen, that you're doing a great job in tearing down and, cutting it open and just making them flat.
Yes.
That's going to go in your blue container. So that trash container is going to get smaller.
Okay.
That is the goal, because we are not in the business in California of making any more landfills.
Right.
So all your trash needs to now be processed in different ways. So instead of one trash can and one driver, you now have 3 passes of drivers and you have 3 containers. So it's a real big social responsibility that honestly, for those who I know Karen loves to travel. For any of you who love to travel, reach out to Karen. You should email her. The chamber has amazing trips. But as Karen goes around the world, we've had that discussion of how come everyone else in the world is a little bit more progressive.
And we take pictures of their trash too.
And they send them to me, and I'm very jealous. But they send me photos from trash all over the world, and somehow other countries do it. We're just the first in United States to do this.
Yes.
And probably not the last, but definitely the first. All right. So Jennifer's going to go ahead and kind of like give us all the business's tools and kind of wrap this up and how to help.
As I mentioned before, we do have an outreach coordinator that goes out and a municipal account manager. We do in-person visits. We do presentations, training, waste assessments, community events and meetings. We always have booths. A lot of the Norwalk events we're at, we have all our information there. We also have great signage. So when we do our outreach visits, we provide posters. We have all the forms that you may need for your food donations, all the information. We also have on our website, we have a lot of this information too. So you can go into our website and download posters, signage, any type of information. We have also a very good social media team that puts a lot of social media ads as far as like what can be recycled. They have instructional videos also. So you should join our social media, everyone. Oh, we also have our what goes where. So let's say you have a question on, you have an item that you want to dispose of, you just don't know where it goes. Let's say it's wrapping paper. You don't know if it should go into the recycling, into the trash, into the composting. So you can go and download the canirecyclemy.com and it'll go into the what goes where. You put that into the what goes where, and it'll tell you exactly where it goes. It'll also give you an option if it's something that can be reused or donated. It would also tell you that too. So we have a lot of tools, ESO, for our community in Norwalk.
Well, I think that's amazing, Jennifer. I mean, fast fashion is such a big thing right now. And I just went to the Irwindale Murph for a test run to
Oh.
see. Man, I saw a lot of clothing,
Really?
a lot of textile, a lot of clothing that should have been probably Goodwill.
Donated.
Just donated.
Absolutely.
I know sometimes church takes donations,
Yes.
the Goodwill takes donations. So it really made me very cognizant about how I purchase things and where does it go at the end of its life. So it's really interesting. So please, if anything, as we continue talking about this, we need to think about being really intentional about what we consume and what we take into our personal space. So Karen, just to let you know, you see that little flyer right there. Once it goes to, let's just say I pick it up. Well, you don't live in Norwalk, but let's just say you lived in Norwalk.
Yes.
You lived in Norwalk and we pick up your green waste. We take it to a transfer facility. After we take it to the transfer facility, it goes to American Organics. At American Organics, a couple of weeks, we will churn it, make sure we kill all the bacteria because some of the food has bacteria.
Right.
And then we give it back to the city of Norwalk in these compost giveaways.
So our residents can go and get their compost
Yes, you're
for free.
for free. Absolutely. What this compost will do is, as you know, most of this Southern California used to be a desert, right?
Yes.
And so our soil used to be super nutrient dense because you had animals that would live their life on the soil and then eventually pass away, and then the soil will replenish those animals. Now that's not the case.
Right.
So we get the compost. We have one centralized location right there off Alondra. It's a big parking lot. You'll see us there. Get some compost and then sprinkle it on to your grass, your plants. We give you instructions. This is very, very high potent stuff. This is great stuff. And what we do with that is you have to now mix it. 1 part of compost with 3 parts of regular soil.
Okay.
Because if not, it's super nutrient dense. Add some water to it and you will see your garden really flourish.
Very nice.
Yeah. For those who know, they know, Karen, and they will come back 2 to 3 times
And get their compost.
and get their compost because the first hour it's limited,
Okay.
right? Because we don't want to,
Give it all away to one person.
exactly right. So the first hour, the first kind of folks come and then they come back towards the end of the event around 11 o'clock and they get more.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so I kind of want to just kind of make sure that everyone out there know that thank you for taking your lunch time with us. And I want to leave you with some tidbits that be cognizant of what you take on. And trash is changing. You need to now separate your trash. But if you have any questions, Athens is here to help. We have our customer service phone number right there on this screen, and you will actually speak to somebody. You're not going to get, oh, for English +1, for Spanish +2. No, you will get someone on the line to answer your questions. If you go to our social media, Jennifer mentioned that we have amazing, funny videos, fun and exciting videos. I think they're exciting, Karen. I mean, I like to talk trash, but they're super funny, and you should just follow us on social media. And Karen here is a great representative for the small business and large business community here in Norwalk. So, Karen, I'm sure you have tons of questions.
Well, I do have a few
All
questions,
right.
ESO. So I wanted to ask you about the process of checking the trash cans and notifying either the residents or businesses that they might not be in compliance.
Absolutely.
At some point in time, will that move to a different process? And will there be fines for those that do not follow the rules?
Absolutely. Jennifer, do you want to take this one? Because I can.
Yes, we are required to do fines, and we should have already been doing fines. Countercycle has agreed, but we are just in the process of just educating our customers. But yes, Karen, you are right. There will be fines later on. So we're just trying to help our customers make sure that they sort correctly, but yes.
Yeah. So
it's very important to learn the right way to sort.
absolutely, Karen.
And the nice thing about Athens is, I believe you said that Eileen could actually go out to a business and sit with them and provide them that one-on-one information about how to sort and use the different trash receptacles.
Absolutely. So we have Aileen, we have our recycling coordinators. I have done different presentations at different HOAs and things like that to kind of, educate people as much as possible. But exactly to what Jennifer was saying, we should have started the fines last year. We have not started them. And the reason why is we're trying to push that as far as possible to get that last ounce of education, and to make sure that people understand, just we don't want to fine anybody. That's not our business. We're not the trash police. We're your trash helpers.
Yes.
So we want to make sure to get that education as much as possible.
Great. Thank
Yeah.
you. I also wanted to know, not everybody in the community knows what to do if they have bulky items that need to go somewhere. So say you have a couch or a refrigerator. What do you do with those?
Well, if you are a resident here in Norwalk, obviously you call us and you have about 52 bulky pickups. If you are a resident of a single family home, you have 52 pickups a year. If you live at a multi-family dwelling,
With
so-
just 5 or more units?
yep, which is kind of like condos, apartments, townhomes,
Sure.
you have about 12 bulky pickups a year.
And what about a commercial property?
A commercial property, you call us at the 1-800 number. You can go to our website. You can go ahead and schedule that, and we'll go ahead and take care of that. Usually businesses schedule, they know when they're moving in and moving out. So it's a lot easier for them versus, believe it or not, a home. It takes a lot longer.
And then how many does a commercial property have a year? Do they have 12 also, or no limit?
They do have, they will just go ahead and get charged.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a charge for that.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know. Yeah.
And then if I have additional questions, how do I reach out to, besides the 800 number, how else would I reach out to Athens for help?
Oh my gosh, there's so many ways. Okay, other than the 1-800 number, you can find us on social media.
Okay.
You can find us at your summer concert series. We are boothing. We are going to be at the expo. When is that, Karen?
August 6th
August
at Norwalk Park.
at Norwalk Park. You're going to see us there. We're going to have our booth there. Please join us. Come and listen to some great music. On top of that, you can speak to any of our drivers out and about. If you see any of our route supervisor, he is always here in the area and super friendly, easygoing guy, more than willing to answer any questions.
And then you're going to provide the bins to the businesses for the 3 different sorting.
Right.
But what if I needed more than one green Slim Jim?
Slim Jim is, yes. So Slim Jim is great. I mean, I think everyone should have one in their office. It's just easier. It fits in that nook and cranny. And Karen is actually giving away Slim Jims. So if and when you need a Slim Jim, how do we contact you, Karen?
You can contact us at the chamber by emailing info@norwalkchamber.com, or you can call the chamber at area code 562-404-0909.
Which is terrific. So I think having a Slim Jim at the office is super easy. So as you're eating that orange, that leftover salad, that leftover sandwich, just throw it in the Slim Jim, tie up that clear plastic bag, throw it into the green container. You're good to go.
So they are able to put a clear plastic bag. It does not have to be a certified compostable bag.
Absolutely not. So at Athens Services, we will go ahead and tear open the bag
Okay.
and remove the content.
Okay.
But we need it to be a clear plastic bag.
Perfect. I think that is all the questions I have.
All right. Jennifer, any last closing remarks, or Aileen?
We'll be out in the city very soon, spreading the news regarding our three-stream system.
Fantastic. So you'll see us around, all the business owners out there. Like I said, we're all really friendly, really easygoing. We know that change is hard. So please let us know if you have any concerns. We are more than happy to help, and we are here to do and be partners with you in this trash evolution. So thank you.
And lastly, I think we need to see if our audience have any questions.
All right.
So do we have anybody here with us on the webinar? Denise, looks like you have a question.
Yeah, so I understand, like, because I'm belong to the chamber and I hear all this trash talk and what's going on, but how does my neighbor know about what's going on if he just doesn't go to the events or doesn't, belong to the chamber but like, how are my neighbors knowing about this? Like, how are you out to them if they're
Great
not like
question.
social media friendly? And
Denise, do you live in Norwalk?
yes.
Okay, perfect. So first and foremost, quarterly, we send out quarterly newsletters in your bill, and everyone receives a bill. You'll get your quarterly newsletters in your bill that gives you updates on everything trash related. On top of that, you get one person's trash sent to your home. We pay for that news outlet. So one person's trash is like a little newspaper,
Yes.
kind of like, the Norwalk Patriot, but really tiny.
Yes.
And it's all trash related. So here in Norwalk, you have a really unique advantage compared to our other cities that you have not just the newsletter, the one person's trash, you have two Norwalk newspapers that the city does. You have the Norwalk Patriot so you have tons of things that come to your home. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys have it made here. And I have to admit that the city of Norwalk does a really good job. Yeah,
Okay.
residents are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody else that has a question that's on with us right now? All right, nobody's raising their hand. So Isel, I'll hand it to you to close us out.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for attending. And Karen, are we going to have this on the website?
It will be on the website.
Okay.
The recording, that'll have a link to the recording on the website.
And so we hope that you guys come down here to the chamber and pick up your Slim Jims. And thank you so much for attending.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.